We have the latest on the war with Iran.
And the first leader in the Trump White House cabinet has been fired.
I'm Daniel Mert.
And I'm Peyton Gortney. Your news starts now.
U.S. and Israel launched the attack Saturday in an operation called Epic Fury.
Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed in the attack by Israel and the United States. Iranian state media confirmed the death early Sunday, throwing the future of Islamic Republic into doubt.
State media reported that the 86-year-old was killed in an airstrike targeting his compound in downtown Tehran. Satellite photos from Airbus showed that the site was heavily bombed. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth spoke to widening concerns that the U.S.-Israeli strikes in Iran could spiral into a protracted regional conflict.
Our Sophie Harris joins us with the details. Sophie?
In a press conference this week, Hegseth declared, "This is not Iraq. This is not endless." He warned that more American casualties are likely in the weeks ahead.
The former regime had every chance to make a peaceful and sensible deal. But Tehran was not negotiating. They were stalling, buying time to reload their missile stockpiles and restart their nuclear ambitions. Their goal: hold us hostage, threatening to strike our forces. Well, President Trump doesn't play those games. And as Secretary Rubio said after the Maduro raid, if you don't know, now you know.
While the Trump administration has cited Iran's nuclear ambitions as the chief of concern, officials also point to the threat from Iran's ballistic missiles as a key reason to launch the attacks, as well as an opportunity to take the government's leadership. They said that negotiations around the nuclear program have stalled.
A drone strike at a command center in Kuwait killed 20-year-old Declan Cody of West Des Moines, Iowa, and 5 other members of the U.S. Army Reserve who worked in logistics and kept troops supplied with food and equipment. The 4 soldiers identified Tuesday by the Pentagon also included Sergeant First Class Nicola Moore, 39, of White Bear Lake, Minnesota, Captain Cody Cork, 35, of Winter Haven, Florida, and Sergeant First Class Noah Tetjens, 42, of Bellevue, Nebraska. 2 soldiers haven't yet been publicly identified.
Then on Wednesday, a U.S. submarine sank an Iranian warship in the Indian Ocean. A torpedo fired by the submarine sank the warship off the coast of Sri Lanka, whose Navy said it recovered 87 bodies and rescued 32 people. The warship was reportedly Iran's prize ship. It's one of the few instances of a submarine sinking a ship since World War II.
Iraq's hope of World Cup qualification are being impacted by the Iran war. Embassy and airspace closures are preventing players from getting visas for the playoff tournament in Mexico. The Iraqi Soccer Federation says it's communicating with FIFA about its match against Bolivia or Suriname in Mexico on March 31st. The Federation wrote in a social media post that its coach is unable to leave the United Arab Emirates, and several players and staff members are experiencing trouble obtaining visas.
President Donald Trump on Thursday fired his embattled Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem. That comes after mounting criticism over her leadership of the department, including the handling of the administration's immigration crackdown and disaster response. Trump said he would nominate Oklahoma Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullen in her place. He made the announcement on social media after Noem faced a 2-day grilling on Capitol Hill this week from GOP members as well as Democrats.
Mount Juliet's Green Hill High School community is mourning the sudden death of a senior chorale member who had been set to graduate in May. 18-year-old Zoe Dawn Hawkins had planned to attend UTC. She died unexpectedly on February 25th.
Hundreds packed UTC's Hay Auditorium for Photo Night. It's the traditional celebration of students and professionals coming together to learn more about the visual art. This is a look back at 10 years of Photo Night posters.
a washout this weekend and the following week?
Here's our Dean DeSilva to tell us if we have a soggy weather future.
Spring is here and tornado season has officially begun. We got a train of severe storms coming throughout the next week. Friday, we got a giant messy storm system rolling throughout the plains and the Midwest. This includes a giant tornado risk area across North Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, parts of Kansas, Iowa, and Illinois. While Tennessee is safe from today's outbreak, if you have family or friends in this area, I would definitely check in on them. The storm will continue Saturday as it bows out and spreads across basically the entire eastern United States. This is an absolutely massive system. While the storm will have ran through most of its steam, it'll still be dangerous. It'll form a squall line that could bring tornadoes and severe conditions to Tennessee. While we're probably going to be okay, it is definitely important to keep yourself weather aware. Next week, we're expecting even more severe weather. The SPC has issued a very rare 5- and 6-day warning for Tuesday and Wednesday next week. The main driver behind this storm will be a cold front and dry line that will force out all of the warm, moist air that has been driving these seemingly endless storms. It's a little too early to tell specifics, but this is definitely something to keep your eye on. Now on to the weekly forecast. Saturday and Sunday, we're looking at thunderstorms with a low of 62 both days and a high of 78 and 70 respectively. Monday, we have temperatures between 59 and 73. Tuesday and Wednesday between 62 and 75. 43 and 62 Thursday, and 47 and 64 Wednesday. That's all the weather talk I have for y'all this week. Stay safe and stay dry, Mocs.
Savannah Guthrie made an off-camera appearance Thursday at NBC's Today Show studios to thank her colleagues for their support since her mother, Nancy, went missing from her Arizona home a month ago. The Today Show, said Guthrie, plans to return to the air at some point. She remains focused right now supporting her family and working to help bring Nancy home. Nancy Guthrie was last seen at her home outside Tucson on January 31st and was reported missing the following day. Authorities believe she was kidnapped, abducted, or otherwise taken against her will.
The full moon in March is sometimes called the worm moon. This year it coincided with a lunar eclipse that brings a blood red color in many parts of the world. Here's a look at it from around the world through the lens of photographers from the Associated Press.
How far can the Mocs get into the Southern Conference tournament?
Our Dominic Butler has that answer, plus details going on, big honors for our Mocs basketball.
The UTC women's basketball team entered March as the Southern Conference regular season champions, claiming the program's 24th title, the most of any school in the conference. The Mocs continue their strong run with a 66-47 victory over Western Carolina in the quarterfinals of the SoCon tournament in Asheville. Chattanooga took control early with Gianna Corbett hitting multiple three-pointers and the team never trailing, holding a comfortable lead throughout the game. Ava Card, Khalifa Ford, and Corbett all contributed key buckets as the Mocs executed on both ends of the floor. The Mocs followed that up with a semifinal win over Furman Friday morning and now advanced to the SoCon championship game Sunday at noon. UTC guard Kaya Elisaldes has been named the Southern Conference Player of the Year and a first-team all-conference selection. The junior led the SoCon in scoring at 16 points per game and also paced the league with 5.3 assists per game. Elisaldes became the 31st player in the program history to join Chattanooga's 1,000-point club. She is the first Moc to win SoCon Player of the Year since Taylor Hall in 2014, and just the 11th player in program history to earn the honor. Elisaldes now leads Chattanooga to the SoCon championship game Sunday as the Mocs continue their postseason run. UCC guard Jordan Friesen is capping off a standout season after being named this All-Southern Conference third team. The junior point guard averaged 16.4 points per game while shooting nearly 56% from the field. Friesen also surpassed 500 points on the season, becoming just the 25th player in Mocs program history to reach that mark in a single year. The Memphis native scored 20 or more points in 10 games this season and continued to lead the offense with nearly 4 assists per game. Now, the Mocs turn their focus to the Southern Conference tournament, where Chattanooga enters as the 8th seed and will face the Citadel in the opening round Friday.
That's this edition of Mocs News. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to keep up with us on our Instagram page.
We're also on Facebook and YouTube. Have a good weekend.